But first tonight, a makeshift refugee camp has been erected in Horsforth to raise awareness of the plight of asylum seekers and refugees, both abroad and here in our cities. The camp, formed at the bottom of the area's busy town street since Tuesday, has been home to a number of residents since then who've camped out, relying completely on donated food to keep them going. Each day, the camp has also acted as an art gallery and lecture hall with the hope of opening the eyes of locals to the realities of life as a refugee. People forced to flee their homes and depend only on a stranger's hospitality. Joe Robinson has more.
For many refugees fleeing across foreign lands, much of their existence can be spent staring through metal wires, whether it be fences which enclose state refugee camps or fences erected along borders. Well, this week residents in Horsforth have been given a chance to experience the smallest fraction of the life of a refugee. A number have been camping out in a newly erected refugee camp, while many more have been engaged through a public art exhibition which tells the true stories of the hardship faced by refugees across Europe.
I came across the 7 pictures, which one's behind me, called A Heart for Refugees, painted by a lady called Penny Foe, and she just presented them to us as a group and told the simple stories. As I heard these stories, something happened really within me. I kind of met the people and I realised that all the images that I'd seen on the telly were human people.
The volunteers behind the project have been attempting to share these stories all week, including with the area's young people, welcoming 5 out of the 7 local primaries to get an insight into the issue of displaced peoples. The site has also hosted a series of lectures from both professionals working in the sector and individuals with personal experience, in order to challenge a range of misconceptions about refugees.
When people come to the country, most of them get stigmatized. Like they all fall into like a category, like say, the people who are not very much aware of the situation. They tend to think, okay, so all people run away from war, or all people run away from bombs and stuff like that. But when actually the asylum is something you can also be given for any other reasons. In my case, it was a political reason.
In a further attempt to simulate the experience of a refugee, the campers here have had to throw themselves on locals' generosity, surviving for the last 3 days purely on donations. Deliveries of course come easier when the camp is a 5-minute walk away, as opposed to a continent away. But it's not just refugees abroad that are in need of further help.
I teach an antenatal class for asylum seekers and refugees, and what really hurts me is the number of women who are pregnant and destitute on the streets of Leeds. We're actually looking at doing some research on this at the moment and interviewing 6 women who I easily found, and to try and share their stories. Now, our logo is child-friendly Leeds, and I don't think it's very friendly to children who aren't even born if their mothers haven't got a home to live in. And I have tried numerous times to help women in these situations and not been able to find them homes.
Leeds has aspirations to be a city of sanctuary, dedicated to building a welcoming culture to refugees coming to the area. The volunteers here believe there is some way to go before this status is truly earned. The action of the last few days has sent one message: that refugees are welcome, a message that they hope will inspire many more going forward. On the air, I'm Joe Robinson.